What's up, guys? Rourke Moody.
RVSTFE.
This is Rourke and Vidati, sports talk for everybody. We got a great show. This is actually our first show. We're going to be putting it on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. You guys, the fans, let us know how you like it. Today we got the latest headlines. We're going to be talking about the NFL and the DUIs and Jason Kidd and the great Detroit Lions.
We're going to talk about the NFL and their top 100 list.
We got NBA and Kobe talking about the Team USA right now being better than the Dream Team of '92.
We're going to have baseball predictions and updates at the All-Star break.
We got the Raw recap from last night, and we got Raw 1000. That's coming up next week. Should be fun.
We'll be taking questions from the fans on Facebook
and Twitter. And we got a little bit of pop culture. We're going to be talking about Seth MacFarlane's Ted. That's great. And we're going to be talking about the boys in Baltimore, Ball Boys, Sweet Lou. So, on to our latest headlines right now. We got a couple of DUIs in the NFL. Marshawn Lynch was arrested. You got anything else on that?
Well, he's arrested in Oakland with a blood alcohol level of 0.08. And so that's just above legal limit, but still counted as a misdemeanor. He was put in jail and got out on bail. And that's pretty much all I got on that.
But I mean, what I want to know is, there's a legal issue, but then again, there's a business issue. What's Seattle going to do about this?
Well, I don't think they should do it. All the stuff that's happening, I don't know if they should do it.
You got, but he is.
But
he is Seattle.
But they need. But teams don't usually suspend.
Little boy.
But they don't suspend him for stuff.
Gotta put the team on my back.
People never suspend anybody for just doing that. Like, look at the Lions. Nobody's just suspended. You get suspended.
Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz is gonna want Des Bryant and Marshawn Lynch now. If they go to jail, put them on my team.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do anything, but
put the orange jumpsuit on my back. We got Des Bryant charged with assault.
So the story on this is he got into an argument with his mom at his home, and he ended up grabbing her shirt and slapping her with his hat. Is what the story is.
Hat slap. Is Dallas gonna do anything about this?
I'd say yes on this one because it's more of a violent nature, but.
Yes.
I don't know, it's kind of like a Michael Irvin thing if you think about it, because if you remember, he was always getting in trouble. Yeah, always getting in trouble, and he still performed on the field, and they just put up with him. So
it's America's team.
It is America's team.
Fortunately,
living America's lifestyle.
And we got the kid, Jason Kidd. Actually, this DUI or DWI, whatever you want to call it, actually didn't happen earlier this week. It was back in 2010 in Dallas. But I guess now it's just coming out because the court case was actually this week. I guess if it's in the past, hopefully it's behind them and we can move on. It's courts. I just don't like seeing professional athletes getting paid millions of dollars to put a ball in a hoop or run down the field with a ball and, living our dream and just throwing it away like this.
We got Greg Jennings saying some stuff about the Lions. Anything with that?
My boy Greg Jennings on NFL Network last Thursday talking about Detroit's off-season problems. Dominican Sue earlier in the season on Thanksgiving and stomping Eric Dietrich Smith. Got Cliff Averill arrested. Who else was arrested?
I'm not sure.
We got like 5 or 6 Lions.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
That's ridiculous.
But they're turning into the Bengals of old, I guess you could say.
Yeah, you got the Bungles. You had Pac-Man, Adam Jones, Henry Johnson.
Chris Johnson. No.
It was Henry Johnson. Chris Henry jumping out of that truck. Yep.
Alright, we're going to go on to the NFL, the top 100 list. We're going to give what we think about that list. I personally think having Tim Tebow on this list, even at 95, is way too high.
That is ridiculous.
Way too high. When you consider that Matt Ryan wasn't even on this list,
okay.
He's been in the playoffs 3 times.
Okay, you look at Matt Ryan's career from from BC, played at Boston College. First NFL pass,
Touchdown, Michael Jenkins.
touchdown. What was that, 80-yarder?
Yeah, it was like 80 yards, Michael Jenkins, right down the left side.
That's a dream.
And then right from there, got to a good start, playoffs 3 times.
But Falcons are always considered deadly in the NFC. I don't know. I mean, they got a strong, fast defense. I mean, in 2010, they beat the Packers, I think, by 4. And, I mean, it was just like a playoff-like atmosphere, because then they got blown out in the playoffs on that run, because they just had a wild card run. And it seems like teams that win the Super Bowl have that wild card run. But Matt Ryan, I think, is, like, you have the Jaws top 30 quarterbacks. I'd put Matt Ryan at 8 or 7.
Oh, yeah, top 10 for sure. And but you think about Tim Tebow, I mean, passing completion percentage under 50%.
Man.
Gets lucky as you can get. Throws them up. I mean, I'll give him this. He's a good deep ball
What
passer,
time is it?
maybe.
Tebow time.
But I mean, when you see how quickly the Broncos wanted to get rid of him, I mean, I don't know, you can put him above Matt Ryan. I guess it was the players' vote, but
It was the fan vote.
it was the players' vote.
He was. They had the player vote, but fan vote. I think he was 80th.
Yeah, he was actually ranked higher than the fan vote, which
No surprise there.
Not sure.
People
Oh,
love.
yeah, I'm
People
not
love
sure
Tim
about
Tebow.
that.
Those are casual football fans. And they want us. Who was one player that you thought should have been ranked higher?
Well, I think, I mean, I'm just going to say this because, my team, but Dwight Freeney being 89, dropping 74 spots when he still put up 8.5 sacks this year.
That's good numbers.
I don't know. If you look at the reason, I mean, you can't just drag down a player because of his whole team's performance. I mean,
Peyton Manning did not take a snap.
I mean, yeah, and you can't blame Dwight Freeney for. I mean, he still got his 8.5 sacks, which is top 15 in the league.
Yeah.
So I mean, and Robert Mathis not even being on this list.
Yeah. Peyton didn't take a snap. He was 50th. Is that right? 50?
Yeah, Dwight Freeney. I don't know. Well, yeah, and then also.
I think he should have been co-MVP with Aaron Rodgers just because of how bad the Colts were with him.
And then, what do you think? Who do you think's too high or low? What do you know?
Too high? Right now I'm looking at the top 10. Number 9, Haloti Ngata, off of that Baltimore defense. You know, he's the cornerstone of a defense. Most nose tackles are B.J. Raji in the 3-4. You know, I've even seen Vince Wilfork for New England. He got a couple of interceptions. I mean, they drop him back like a 400-pound middle linebacker. But Haloti Ngata?
I'm not going to disagree with you on this one. I don't know. Haloti Ngata, he's a beast. He clears up all that space for Gray Lewis and Charles Suggs to get those tackle and sacks. So,
Bosso High University.
But I don't know. I think he's way too. I mean, well, I think he's actually where he should be. I don't know. I don't think he would.
That makes sense.
Who do you think's too low? Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers too low at number 1. Too low for me would be Jordy Nelson at number 80. He had the MVP as his quarterback, but you got to think double-digit touchdowns. He had, I think, 200 or 300 more yards than any of the Packers receiver. I mean, granted, Greg Jennings was out 3 games, came back against New York. No one could catch a ball.
Okay, but let me ask you this. I mean, Jordan Nelson number 80, but I mean, who would you rather? Like, who's behind him? Would you rather have Jordan Nelson than Vince Wilfork? You have Jordan Nelson.
No, not if I'm Green Bay and I have a veteran like Donald Driver and Greg Jennings.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, there's a lot of players. I think Jordan Nelson's way too high.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to the NBA. We're going to talk about Kobe. Kobe Bryant was talking about how the 2012 Team USA